Dave Wonson joins me now, the GM of Club Menangle. Firstly, Wano, welcome.
Hey mate, good to talk to you.
Big couple of weeks coming up for Club Menangle. The build-up from down here, we're well and truly aware of it with the likes of Captain Ravishing and Catch a Wave, the Lost Storm, these horses coming through. How's the build-up up there for you guys?
Yeah, it's getting pretty exciting now, mate. It's we're basically a fortnight away from the Eureka, but we've got a really, really good race this week. The last position, so to speak, will be decided this Saturday in a race called the Singo. So it's just another step towards that Eureka, but yeah, things are really exciting up here. I know for a fact that the Miracle Mile restaurant is now fully booked out, which this far out never been done before. So really exciting from a logistical point of view and the race itself.
That's not only good for Club Menangle, it's good for harness racing full stop, isn't it? That's what we need. This is what the idea of these races are, as much as we want high prize money racing. We want to build a legacy if we can, get more people back to the track and more people enjoying what we all love.
What's really exciting too with this, and there's we're over 3,500 pre-registrations, which is really good because it's people that don't come to the races that are doing this. It's a new crowd. Like for me, I would never do a pre-registration going to the track, but that's what harness racing people do. Like they just show up on the night.
Yep.
These are new people.
Yep.
These are people who've probably never been to the races. But what's fantastic from our point of view, and especially with the concert and stuff like that, we're going to have 7,000 or 8,000 people here that have never been to the trot.
Yeah, that's
and they're going to see the world's richest harness race.
The Singo is the new race, and this is the spin-off, I suppose, of the Eureka. Is a few of these races have been the spin-off of those, if you like, and the intrigue that they start to show. This is a new race for New South Wales. It's a new race for Harness Racing Australia.
Yeah. So the Singo, what it's come about, John Singo, he's a slot holder in the Eureka. Wanted a novel way of selecting his horse. I know Tassie and Queensland, which is fantastic, had those races, and the winners of those races went through. A little bit different with this one. Singo will pick a horse out. It doesn't have to win. We'd like to think it's going to be the winner, but in case there's a huge performance in the run that really catches his eye, he does have that latitude that he can pick a horse that doesn't necessarily win. Really important from this race, though, that the 4 emergencies in finishing order will be selected from this race. So no other horses will be considered for the 4 emergency spots in the Eureka other than horses that compete in this race. And we've got the field that we'd hoped for. They've come from Tassie, Queensland, Western Australia, Victoria. It's turned out to be a really, really strong race.
Okay, before we get onto the field, and we will do that, and it is great. Just back to that emergency thing. So am I right in saying that, say, Singo takes the horse that finishes 3rd across the line, it will be 1, 2, 4 and 5 will then become the emergencies? Is that how it works?
That's correct. Yes.
Yep. Awesome.
That's how it works.
Love it.
In the actual Eureka, though, those horses will be listed as the 4 emergencies, but God forbid, something has to scratch 10 days out. The people can pick one of those horses. They don't have to be in order. So they could pick the horse that's maybe the horse that comes 5th here.
Yeah.
They may choose to go that horse. You don't have to pick them in order. You don't have to take what's in order. You actually get to pick your emergency if needed.
Wow.
So it's really important. As I said, hopefully, Singo goes with the winner and the best horse wins. But if he doesn't, it's really important those finishing positions in this race.
Within the rules, they're going to be driving strong to the line, aren't they? There'll be no loafing towards the line, especially for knowing that you're a chance of making a $2 million race.
Well, you prefer to be emergency in a $2 million race than not. As I call it, they'll be head counting down the straight, I'm sure.
They will indeed. The Bowtide and the Hayden, the 2 races with automatic selection, I believe the guys that ran 2nd, they've made the trip across from Tassie. That in itself, the Howlets, that makes a fair bit of intrigue. Did they make the field?
Yes, yeah. So we've horses like Wonderful to Fly from Western Australia. You've got Mickey O's come up from Tassie. Captain Hammerhead, he's in the nominations. He won the 3-year-old final there on Friday at Bendigo.
Yep.
Tim's a Trooper, has been racing fantastic in Queensland there. Horse he's a son of a gun, the Matty Craven. He's a very, very nice horse. I think he won the Coalface Adios or the Hondo Grattan here.
Yep.
Before he competed in the Chariots of Fire. So those sort of horses that are in this race, it's just exactly what we'd hoped for. And what a great result. Naturally Gifted there in the nominations. So, yeah, exactly what we hoped for we've got for this race.
This won't be going up until after the final field's drawn, but how nervous do you get, Wano? Like, when do noms close, I suppose? Like, they've already closed.
Noms are closed?
Yeah, but
noms are closed.
When did they actually close, like 8 o'clock this morning, or do you...
9:30 this morning.
Did you find yourself just watching the computer waiting for them to keep coming in and see who was coming in?
Yeah, you sort of do. You're interested to find out what's coming in. Yeah, you like to make sure that those sort of horses are. Normally I stay right away from all that because it's the Harness Racing New South Wales, the Integrity Office.
Yep.
And the nominations look after that.
Yep.
But yeah, you sort of getting some feedback on what horses are there and stuff like that, and it's nice to know that these people are prepared to travel. There's also another race on the night. Those 4 horses that are emergencies. On Eureka night, we've got a race called the Stockade. It's 100,000. They're guaranteed to run into that. So not only are you an emergency for the Eureka, you're guaranteed to run in a $100,000 race here on Eureka night. So some of these horses are travelling. Why wouldn't they be hanging around, even if they're not, in those emergency positions? There's another great race that they can nominate for.
The depth, I suppose, in that night, if that's the right word to use, you've got $200,000 3-year-old races for the New South Wales Blue eligible horses, and then you've also got a race called the Len Smith Mile, mate. A time on it. It's an enormous program that you guys have got. Could be, we could have all the A+ horses in that race at the minute. We saw the likes of Better Eclipse 2 weeks ago, and then the other big boys stepping out last week in here in Victoria. There's plenty of horses that'll be targeting that race meeting and heading up there, not necessarily to make the Eureka. They probably Connections would like to have one in the Eureka, but they're going to be going to that one meeting anyway. Yeah,
and 150,000, it maintains Group 1 status. We'll put the prize money up this year to 150 for it. And you mentioned, there's a horse like Better Eclipse. The horses that are in Queensland, Grimo dominated up there. Those horses will be set for it, Spirit of St. Louis. So, what a great night's racing. It's all go, and that race will be around, it's either before, I think it's the race before the Eureka. So, we're going to see some, definitely some fireworks. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some really fast times, if not world records, happen on the night.
I was going to say, get no wind, and they can run anything. Bendigo proves that even the other night, what they can do. It doesn't have to be hot to run time. It's just no breeze this time of year, and they can set the track alight. It'd be nice to have a 48 or a 47 sort of as a lead up to the Eureka. Wouldn't
it be great?
Yeah, and it could happen. It definitely could happen. There's quite a few, as you said, Grimo's horses, and there's plenty of other horses. The riches in Queensland at the minute are just ridiculous. The high speed horses they've got up there as well. So it's going to be huge. I will, through this, would have put the field up. I'll wait. As I said, this doesn't go up until afterwards, but we'll put the field up for it. But just super exciting for Connections and people wanting to be a part of it. You said there before about this night being booked out. Bookings for the Eureka night, are they booked out?
No, sorry. So the Eureka's booked out. When I say, the Eureka, the Miracle Mile restaurant's already booked out.
Yep.
Which is 3 weeks away. It's already booked out. Tanya Harris Marquis booked out. There's still bookings available for this night. What I'll really stress for the Singo, the race is going to be race 3 at 6:20. He'll announce his horse after race 4. But straight after his race, and he's known to do it, there's what we've got, the Great Northern Bar here. I would be encouraging people, knowing Singo's history and previous effort, if they're feeling like a drink, I would be here if I was a betting man sometime between 6:30 and 7:30.
And enjoy maybe a quiet ale.
Maybe enjoy a quiet ale that won't cost you too much.
He's got a good history of it, and he's got a history of not looking after the members. So that's the beauty of it. That if people want to rock up,
I'm sure the members will leave. I'm sure they'll leave their area to be down on that near the Great Northern Bar come 6:30.
Everyone, there could be a good photo opportunity of grown men ripping their ties off and perhaps leaving their jackets at the door just to make out there's some of the common folk and joining in.
Absolutely.
That's what we want. Watto, thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. You've come on the Talking Trottings, and one of the parts I do want to highlight is tune into Talking Trotters. It'll be live at 7 o'clock. This will go out earlier, but if you're watching this before 7 o'clock tonight to talk about the Trotters, well done for what you guys are doing at Menangle. I was fortunate enough to do a couple of nights last year, and hopefully, or earlier this year, I can't remember when it was. It was probably earlier this year.
Time goes quick.
It does. Look forward to doing a bit more with you guys in the future, but just trying to think outside the square and do it. Not necessarily reinventing the wheel. Just put races on that sort of can capture, I suppose, the imagination of a different audience. And I'm sure Singo will bring some thoroughbred people with him, either directly or indirectly. They'll say, "Well, hang on, Singo's out there. There'll be some jockeys that have probably been loyal with him and like the trot, so they'll see it as an opportunity to get out there this Saturday night, 6:30 for the Singo, and be there by then and watch the race. And the build-up then really ramps up for 2 weeks after that till the September 2 Eureka. So, mate, thanks for joining me. Good luck with everything.
Really appreciate it, mate.
Everything you guys are doing, and keep going. These trotting announcements, I think you made them a couple of weeks ago. They're super as well, super exciting. So thank you very much, mate, and we'll be in touch.
Appreciate your time. Thanks, Paul. Have a good day.